What if I told you that two legendary SUVs, both designed to dominate off-road, couldn't feel more different once you actually live with them? On paper, the 2026 Lexus GX550 and the new Toyota Land Cruiser look like equals. Body-on-frame construction, serious off-road hardware, bold redesigns, and decades of reputation behind them. But once you factor in comfort, technology, real-world performance, and pricing, something unexpected happens. One of these SUVs feels like a huge leap forward, and the other starts to feel like it's holding on to the past. So which one actually makes more sense for American buyers in 2026, and is it really as close as people think? Stick around, because the gap between them might surprise you. The Lexus GX550 and the Toyota Land Cruiser share more than history. They share a platform and a philosophy that's becoming rare in today's SUV market. Both are body-on-frame machines built for durability, towing strength, and real trail capability. But in 2026, they're targeting very different types of buyers, and that's what makes this comparison so important. The GX550 represents a total reinvention for Lexus. The previous GX was known for reliability, but it felt dated and soft. This new version is sharper, tougher, and clearly inspired by the growing overlanding movement in the US. It looks bold and squared off, with a more aggressive stance and modern lighting. Lexus isn't just selling comfort anymore, they're selling adventure with refinement. This SUV is aimed at buyers who want to explore on the weekends, but still commute in total comfort during the week. Meanwhile, the Toyota Land Cruiser returns to the US with a completely different strategy than before. Instead of being a high-priced global flagship, this new Land Cruiser focuses on accessibility and heritage. It leans into its off-road legacy with a simpler design, practical interior, and hybrid efficiency. It's built for buyers who care more about durability and trail credibility than premium badges. On paper, they seem closely matched, same bones underneath, similar size, similar mission. But once you start digging into design, powertrains, interior quality, and everyday usability, the differences start to grow, and that's where things get really interesting. Let's start with the way they look, because first impressions matter. The GX550 feels muscular and upscale at the same time. The grille is wide but cleaner than older Lexus designs, and the sharp LED headlights give it a focused, serious expression. The boxy profile, flared fenders, and tall stance make it look planted and confident. It feels like a luxury SUV that just happens to be trail-ready. The Land Cruiser takes a different approach. Its design leans heavily into retro-inspired toughness. Depending on the trim, you get heritage-style headlights, chunky cladding, and a more upright, utilitarian presence. It looks honest and purposeful, like it belongs covered in dust on a mountain trail. It's not flashy, it's functional. Under the hood is where personalities really shift. The GX550 runs a twin-turbo V6 that produces strong horsepower and torque, and you feel that immediately. Acceleration is smooth and effortless. Highway passing feels confident. It doesn't strain, it just goes. The power delivery is refined, and the engine feels perfectly suited for long road trips or towing. The Land Cruiser uses a hybrid turbocharged four-cylinder setup. It delivers solid low-end torque, especially useful off-road, and the added efficiency is a real benefit with rising fuel costs. Around town, it feels responsive enough, but when you push it harder, climbing steep grades or emerging at highway speeds, it doesn't feel as powerful or as refined as the Lexus. You notice the engine working. Off-road, both SUVs come prepared. Full-time four-wheel drive, locking differentials, and terrain management systems give them serious capability. The Land Cruiser feels nimble and authentic on tight trails, and its lighter-feeling setup works well over rough terrain. But the GX550 is the bigger surprise. With available adaptive suspension and excellent articulation, it doesn't just look rugged, it performs. And it does it while maintaining a layer of polish that's hard to ignore. Step inside and the separation becomes clearer. The GX550's cabin feels unmistakably premium. Soft touch materials cover the dash and doors. The seats are supportive and comfortable for long drives. Road noise is impressively muted. The large infotainment display is sharp, quick, and easy to use. Everything feels carefully designed for daily life. The Land Cruiser's interior is durable and practical. It's well built and thoughtfully laid out, but you'll notice more hard plastics and a more straightforward atmosphere. The tech works well, but it doesn't deliver that same upscale experience. It feels built for adventure first, comfort second. Fuel economy gives the Land Cruiser an advantage thanks to its hybrid system. That matters for buyers who drive long distances or want to save at the pump. Pricing also favors Toyota, positioning the Land Cruiser as the more budget-conscious option. The GX550 costs more, but it also delivers more power, more refinement, and a noticeably more premium experience. And this is where everything clicks into place. On real roads, the GX550 feels composed and confident. The steering has weight, the ride is controlled, and the twin-turbo V6 delivers effortless strength. Long highway drives feel quiet and relaxed. You step out after hours behind the wheel, feeling refreshed. Switch into the Land Cruiser, and it shines at low speeds and off-road. The hybrid torque makes crawling over obstacles easy and controlled. It feels mechanical and connected to the terrain. But on faster roads, the difference shows. The engine feels busier. The cabin isn't quite as isolated. It's capable, but not as refined. That's the turning point. Because most buyers won't live on trails every day. They'll commute, they'll road trip, they'll sit in traffic. And in those everyday moments, the GX550 simply feels more complete. It blends power, comfort, tech, and capability in a way that makes it easier to justify the higher price. So here's the verdict. If you value heritage, simplicity, and strong efficiency, and you truly plan to use your SUV off-road often, the Land Cruiser remains a solid and respectable choice. It stays true to its roots and delivers authentic capability. But for the majority of American buyers in 2026, the Lexus GX550 stands out as the more well-rounded SUV. It offers stronger performance, a quieter and more comfortable cabin, better highway manners, and genuine off-road strength, all in one package. It feels like the future of rugged luxury SUVs, while the Land Cruiser feels like a nod to the past. And that's why, in this comparison, it's not even close. Now I want to hear from you. Would you choose the heritage-driven Land Cruiser or the refined and powerful GX550? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this breakdown helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth comparisons, and I'll see you in the next one.